Dad like when he was younger?
Nothing ever rattled him faster.
The man I knew was never at home when I was a kid. Too busy saving the world.
Hi Josh, I'm Ruiz Martinez from Cinefilos, and I'm thrilled to meet you.
Oh, hi Magdalena, nice to meet you too.
Thanks. Firstly, I want to know, you're the main character in a show based on a comic. Are you a comic book guy?
You want the truth?
Yeah.
I wasn't a big comic book guy. No, I as a kid, I was. My son is a huge comic book fan, loves superheroes. So I've become more informed over the last several years. But I had never heard of Jupiter's Legacy before I read the script. I read it and I went in to meet on it, and I didn't know that it was even a comic book. And then I saw them sitting on the table, and I went in and I said, wait, these are like graphic novels? So then, of course, I read all of it and loved it, loved the script, and here we are.
What was the biggest challenge while representing your character?
The biggest challenge, I would say, was balancing the two ages. So I had him I played him when he was 30, and then I played him again when he was 120, 90 years later. And it was striking that difference between this younger, more ambitious, sort of naive young man, but also losing his mind after he sees his father jump off the building. That whole sort of journey, that origin story that we cut back and forth from, was really tough. But also at the same time, I'm not going to lie, all that makeup and the hair and the beard and the suit, all that it was a lot. I think if you ask anybody in the cast, those suits are not the most comfortable things. They don't have like little escape hatches so you can just go to the bathroom whenever. You got to take that whole thing off to go to the bathroom. And it's just, they're constricting and it's itchy. But I will say that when I put it on, it immediately made me feel powerful. It made me feel like this guy. And the difference is always funny to watch the different ways people treat you. Like when you're dressed like this and when you're dressed like the utopian, you get a whole different kind of respect.
And as you told us, we can see that you go back and forth in time between Sheldon and the grown-up version of Sheldon. Mm-hmm. Which one did you enjoy acting the most and why?
Well, they both were so much fun to play. As the young man, it was so much fun because, like I said, he went on this psychological spin out. He spiraled out of control. He lost his mind, but he goes crazy and starts having these weird visions and takes him on this journey to this farmhouse, which leads them to this ship, which takes them out into the ocean, which takes them to this island. And all that stuff was so much fun to play, like the period stuff, because it was real character stuff. But then as Sheldon, the old man, what's it like to have had these powers now for 90 years, and how does that affect you? You've seen and done so many things. You've made, have you affected change or have you not? And have you been a good father or have you not? Like all these things were really fun to play. There's a weight to that old guy that made it really fun and challenging to play.
When did you laugh the most on set?
Okay, I can remember two that I really loved. I just love these parts of the movie or the show. Is when I was at that old farmhouse in episode 4, I think it was. They just did such a beautiful job of making it feel like the dirty 30s and the Great Depression and all that crazy shit that happens down in the basement. I just loved all that stuff. But then when we get to the island, I loved being on that ship. We built this big ship and they had all this water dumping on us and we were freezing cold, but it felt like we were really out there in the ocean. So those are two things that I really remember. I mean, they really went all out and did this thing right.
Thank you so much for this interview.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you, Magda. Bye-bye.
Nice to meet you too. Bye.